Friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going in Raw Count Out. It's the show where we do a top 10 list, but in podcast form. And this week, of course, because AEW New Japan Forbidden Door is happening, should be a lot of fun on Sunday. If you're watching this before the show, we're going to be live over at twitch.tv/Steven Larson. We're doing a watch along with all the friendos, so come check it out. If you're watching this after the fact, still, it's fun to think about what could have been. This snapshot in time right here.
Indeed.
What could have been. Now, we're going to look at this through the perspective of sort of not necessarily a perfect world because, like, for example, Kenny Omega is not on this list. Yeah. But certainly a better situation that AEW found itself in than it currently is, Larson. Maybe explain a little bit.
So, of course, we have injuries. That had gotten in the way of some of the matches that seemed like were planned. For example, CM Punk versus Hiroshi Tanahashi off because of CM Punk's injury. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Bryan Danielson off because Bryan Danielson's injury. So we're taking this. So imagine if we can go back in time to like before Double or Nothing.
Right.
Punk's healthy, Danielson's healthy.
Right.
And like the next week, then bang, we're getting Forbidden Door. So that's how we're looking at things. We're also not really considering some of the politics that are leading to some people not being on the card. For example, Andrade, Lucha Brothers, etc. In a lot of ways, this is kind of like an idealized card for us.
Right.
If we had the book, how we would do it. And it'd be great to have Kenny, but he's been out for a while. Seems like he'd be out for a while longer.
Yeah.
But outside of his injury situation, we've kind of tried to put the best card together we can with everybody else.
Right, exactly. Also not taken to it because we do have one Stardom participant. Apparently Stardom has some big show running that week, which might be one of the reasons why they didn't do a Stardom match because they needed to load up that show. It would have been nice. You could pull one person from that show and send him in there against Thunder Rosa, but they didn't do that. But we're going to put that in our show here because this is a big deal. This is a big deal. Bushiroad should have been like, hey, you send somebody over there, start him. But they didn't do that. That's okay. It's all good.
Maybe in the future we'll get it.
This is just fun stuff here. We're not looking to start any fires or anything. It's fun to talk about this stuff.
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun. It's a fun show. Let's have fun.
Just have fun, people.
Let's have fun. If you go to the comments and try not to have fun, we don't want none of it.
You're gonna get banned because you're not having fun.
Fun only, please. Let's get started, Steve. What's number 10?
Number 10. Will Ospreay versus Sammy Guevara. Now, apparently, allegedly, according to new rumors, Andrade was originally supposed to be the match for Will Ospreay. Yes, Larson.
Isn't that from Andrade himself? I think I read he said that.
Did he? Okay.
I thought I read it.
Can he be trusted, though?
I thought I saw that I read that. I could be wrong, though.
Could he be
one of those
trusted?
things you see on Twitter, and you're like, okay, that just kind of...
I'll be honest with you, man.
in your head, and then you kind of just forget it.
That entire situation was such a debacle and a mess that I lost track of, like, what was going on and who was having a problem. Was it CMLL, I think, had the problem with it, or was it AAA that had a problem? Why would AAA have a problem? I don't know what the situation was.
Yeah, it was Andrade who said that.
Was it? Okay. Himself. Well, there you go. He was supposed to have...
I didn't imagine it.
Mr. Ospreay. And
so, we got Andrade set for another match that I think would be really exciting, too. So don't worry. Andrade's going to be on our card.
He's in.
It just makes all the sense in the world to have Ospreay and Sammy Guevara wrestle each other. There's a lot of parallels there.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Two of the most exciting in-ring performers in wrestling today.
Yeah.
It's more or less seeing what they could do to outdo each other in the ring.
They both have egos the size of planets when it comes especially to the pride they take in the ring. And like you said, one-upping each other. Plus, their personalities also have parallels. They're both just in character, very arrogant personas. They sort of grate on the nerves a little bit, if you will. And that's sort of what they aim to do. And so this would be, definitely multiple parallels here between Will Ospreay and Sammy Guevara. And you know that these two would be aiming to steal the entire show.
Oh, absolutely.
With their match. And they might they might be able to accomplish it. You'd got to think. I mean, I'm looking at this card that we have. Maybe with the exception of one match, this might actually be the one that everybody'd be talking about. Let's move on to.
Well, hold on. Let's make our picks now. If this match were to happen, I think for each of these, we should say who should win.
So this is one area where we cannot escape politics, Larson.
No.
So for this to be a proper co-promotion show, you got to start doling out some winners and losers here. So let me go ahead and I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it down here so that
you can do your own
of my
picks. I'll do
business
mine
here.
above.
I mean, look, at this point, Will Ospreay, he's a U.S. champion. He's the leader of his own faction. So certainly Will Ospreay pulls off the win here. Sammy Guevara has enough going on in his life that he could have this overbooked. Maybe he accidentally hits a cutter on Ty Conti, which would kind of parallel Will Ospreay intentionally hitting a cutter on B. Priestley.
That's true.
When she got sent away. So you could have some fun even with some long-term storytelling there.
Yeah, totally. Exactly. Completely agreed. Ospreay would have to win. I mean, one thing they've established with current Forbidden Door card is that if you're a champion, you're putting your title on the line on the show. Will Ospreay is going to be IWGP US champ. He goes over now. Let's move on. Number 9.
Number 9. House of Black versus the House of Torture. When I first heard Forbidden Door was happening, this was the match that I looked at and I was like, you know what? As much as I love House of Black, the level of their feuds thus far have not exactly, and I know there's been all sorts of circumstances involved, but it hasn't really been up to the level that I feel like the talent in the group would justify. And House of Torture are they're goofy.
They're a comedy act now. They went from being annoying heel wrestlers to comedy heel wrestlers, and they're all the better for it. They're way more enjoyable doing obvious comedy bits, as opposed to just trying to cheat to win all the time. And it would be wildly entertaining to see House of Torture try to pull their usual hijinks against someone as a team as serious as House of Black. It would be interesting to see if Malachi and Brody and Buddy kind of dip their toes in the comedy water at all, or just kind of no-sell all the attempts by House of Torture to do all their over-the-top comedic cheating. Nonetheless, House of Black gets the win, yeah?
I have House of Black getting the win here. This is going to be interesting because I have all mine highlighted down here. Hopefully you're not looking at my answers because I want to see how close we are on the same page here. I think I've evened mine out. All right, so House of Black totally gets the win here. But I'd like to see their reactions to the comedic antics of House of Torture. I think would be pretty fun. Moving on, let's do number 8. Los Ingobernables versus Death Triangle. Of course, Pac, Pena, Phoenix, Pentascura. Versus what team would make up Los Ingobernables?
It would be Andrade. It would be Roosh. And it'd be Tetsuya Naito.
Were they the 3 original members, or was there somebody else lingering around there, too?
I believe so.
Yeah, that'd be something else, man. It feels like only a matter of time. Assuming I get, and that maybe by the time they do something like this again, they'll have some of the political stuff figured out with CMLL, because it seems like until that's figured out, Andrade, Roosh, and Naito aren't really going to be able to interact all that much.
I know. Imagine this. So imagine we had this match Friday on Rampage. Of course, it will have happened before this goes up. We have this match Friday on Rampage between Andrade and Phoenix. Say Roosh gets involved, help Andrade win. The rest of Death Triangle comes out. We got a standoff and a challenge for a match. And they say, hey, find a partner. And we'll see a Forbidden Door. So you got Andrade come out with Roosh. And everybody's waiting to see who the third man is, brother.
Yeah.
And then it's Tetsuya Naito. Man, people lose their minds. Great.
Man, that'd be amazing. Yes. Los Ingobernables versus Death Triangle. That would be an absolute, just an amazing match. In this situation, like, given that, I don't know, like, you got 2 guys in AEW, 1 guy in New Japan. I feel like Los Ingobernables gets the win here because it's all together. You don't need to worry about politics there. Everybody wins in that case if you have a Los
Totally. And if it's Rush's debut match in AEW, he kind of has to win that.
He kind of has to win.
Kind of has to win that.
Yeah.
It's not like members of Death Triangle haven't lost in the past.
They're totally fine with that. Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody still loves him. So, yeah, have Los Ingobernables go over, and then everybody will be very happy. Absolutely,
yeah. This next one make me very happy. Number 7. Danhausen versus Toru Yano. This would be amazing. This would be absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I know like they can't use the tequila song, but imagine if they got like a one-time use license for it, and we got to see Yano do the old Pee Wee Herman dance. That'd be amazing. Come on, that'd be great.
I want to see Danhausen try to curse Yano, and Yano just shrug.
Yeah, that'd be good. But then he ends up being cursed. He can't find the keys to whatever handcuffs he's using to handcuff Danhausen to something.
He can't untie the turnbuckle covers.
Right.
He's unable to deliver a low blow, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, this would be wildly fun. Another variation on this that would be fun would be Orange Cassidy and Toru Yano. I feel like that's a match that at some point has to happen because it'd be just absolutely brilliant. But yeah, no, man, two guys who definitely have some similarities, Danhausen and Toru Yano. This would be wildly fun. Love to see it.
Yes. Of course, Yano would go over. He'd somehow get a low blow off and then would get a roll-up win.
I have that as well. Yano wins this match.
Although it'd be interesting to see Danhausen curse him. And as we mentioned, Yano finds out he can't deliver a low blow or can't roll up or something because of curse. And then he has to find a new way to win.
Yeah. He's got to be clever about it. Yeah, I don't know. He's got to reverse the curse somehow. Yeah, there's a lot of goofy story things you can go through here. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
It would be.
Moving on, number 6. The ticking time bomb, Hiromu Takahashi versus Darby Allin. Now, these two are going to be teaming up on the same team as part of Sting's cronies team.
Dudes with attitudes.
Dudes with attitudes. Yeah,
that's a great throwback. I can appreciate that.
It is a nice throwback. Yeah, this match again, sort of in the same vein as our number 10 match, OSPREAY versus Guevara. You know, these guys pride themselves on trying to sort of one up not just themselves every time they get in the ring, but whoever they're in the ring with. And we all know the batshit crazy stuff Ticking Time Bomb does, similar with Darby Allin. And this would be both wildly entertaining and also maybe at sometimes hard to watch because it's like, oh, what are they going to do now? Don't do that.
Exactly. Yeah, everything you said is spot on. You know, it's entirely possible in their tag match at Forbidden Door, as it's actually booked, they'll do something crazy in unison together to gain victory. So dudes with attitudes can get that W. But man, it would be great to see them do crazy stuff to each other.
Yeah, right. I know.
You know, I have to have Hiromu do that crazy senton off the top rope at the floor. You know, Darby doing the throwing caution to the wind during a suicide dives, sunset flip powerbomb to the floor, all this stuff.
Yeah, this was the match when this was first announced. This was like one of the first ones we thought of because there's so many parallels between these two. So yeah, this should be a lot of fun. Regardless, like the match that we're gonna get should be a lot of fun. But yeah, this match right here, this would be great. I've got Ticking Time Bomb winning this match, Larson.
Same.
All right. Looks like we're on the same page so far through half this list. Next up, Oi Dickhead, number 5. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Bryan Danielson. This is the match we were going to get if Danielson didn't have undisclosed injury. And I'm sure we will get it at some point in the future. It should be the first thing, priority number 1.
I know.
Should be his number 1 priority. I don't care if it's during like one of the G1 Road 2s or something like that. I don't care what. Whenever Danielson comes back, stop everything and do this match so that if something else happens to one of these guys, we'll always have this match.
We'll at least have that match, yes. I mean, hell, just have a Forbidden Door special of Dynamite sometime.
Yeah, exactly.
And to have this match main event just to get it in because we all want to see it. We want to find out who the best technical wrestler in the world is. And I know Danielson's hurt. I know he's got a proxy going into Forbidden Door. But if they want to keep that gimmick for the match, who is best technical wrestler, then Zack Sabre Jr. has to win against, whether it's Oni Lorcan, whatever his name now, Biff Buswick. Busiek, yes. Or Timothy Thatcher, or whoever it's going to be.
Filthy Tom Lawler.
Yeah,
I threw that.
Tom Lawler.
When I mentioned, Dope. Mr. Dope texted me and was saying something about Thatcher, I think, and I was like, yeah, it might be Lawler, and he said, King. And I was like, all of a sudden, just playing my Blood and Guts and that stupid King music of his plays. Oh, that'd be hilarious. He comes, I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing there? But yeah. Anyways, it could be that. Some people are pointing out that he's in Noah right now.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if he's signed or if it allows him to do American stuff. But then Lawler's actually, I think, isn't Lawler signed with Strong? So that wouldn't even.
I think so.
That wouldn't necessarily make a ton of sense.
It wouldn't be a Forbidden Door situation, no.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a Forbidden Door, but maybe they don't. He doesn't. I don't know.
The more I think about it, I think Oni fits the bill.
You think Oni? Yeah, he could be. I mean, he's another definite sort of a blood. He's done Bloodsport. I think a couple times now, and that's a good name too. In any event, what's going to happen on Sunday? Zack Sabre Jr. is going to win. However, once he does face off against Bryan Danielson, it's going to be Bryan Danielson's match to take. I've got him winning this.
Absolutely.
Hopefully down the line, it'd be great. I mentioned this before. I'll mention it again because we're talking specifically about Forbidden Door. But we're towards the tail end of June. How great would it be if they did 2 of these every year and they did another one in December, maybe at like Kurikan Hall or something like that, right? They tape it and then it airs. Hold on, let's see what day Christmas airs. Wouldn't that be cool if we got like a taped Christmas Day episode of Dynamite?
Well, Christmas is always a December 25th, Steve.
No, I mean what day of the week? It's on a Sunday. It's on a Sunday. But yeah, like the 21st to give those cats the Christmas week off.
There you go. You get the week off for
air
Christmas,
it then or something, but do it New Japan production style. That's what I want to see. Some of these matches.
You really want
New
that?
Japan
I know. That'd be great.
Style.
That'd be great. I think doing a semi-annual show. One here in the States, one in Japan, one shot with AEW's production values, one shot with New Japan's production values. I think all that would be great. Hopefully they do. Hopefully this show's a massive success, not just financially, which already seems to be proven to be based on what they've made through ticket sales. Hopefully the pay-per-view buy rate is good. The ratings for Dynamite were up this week.
Hopefully were they? What was it?
They were back over 800,000.
Oh, that's nice. That's good.
And hopefully that's an indicator that people are interested in this. And hopefully the show as it's booked, not as we're booking it, as the show is booked, is wildly enjoyable and people love it, and it gets a bunch of 5-star ratings for Meltzer, and by any possible conceivable measure, it's a success. So they do more of them.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be awesome.
And then some of the dream matches that we're not getting this time, maybe we'll get down the road.
I think that's going to be the case. I mean, you got all these injured wrestlers. They're not going to be injured forever. After that, we've got number 4. Hangman Page versus Jay White. So this is what they were kind of setting up anyways before Jay White. Hangman Page was like, I want Okada because he's got the title. And then Jay White got title and he was like, oh, I want Jay White now. And Jay White said, no, we got this awesome fatal 4-way. But yeah, you got Hangman Page versus Jay White. Now, in your situation here, was Jay White have the championship here?
Yeah. I mean, he does, and that's the whole kind of reason. Because Page wanted to face the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion because he just lost the AEW title. He wants to fill that void with another World Championship.
Yeah.
And since it didn't seem like he'd get an opportunity at the AEW title anytime soon, he's like, oh yeah, there's more than one world title in the professional wrestling world.
World title.
I'll go after that one. So yes, it's still against Jay White. In terms of feeding into Page's story in AEW, it would do wonders there. And it'd make a ton of sense for him to take the L because he would. And he really will have to go back to square one and rebuild himself up to be a championship contender yet again.
He just needs to start drinking again.
We saw not against Silas Young, but a couple weeks back he went ringside.
Yeah.
Had a drink of somebody's beer.
More booze, the better. He's like, what's his name? Popeye with the spinach.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to have the beer go blah, 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 like that.
Yeah.
Figure out how to do that.
Literally like a fountain out of the glass.
That's what I'm talking about.
mouth.
Yeah, some sort of hydraulic
All right.
system in the cup.
Well, you just need a little pump with like a little solar panel or something, or a little battery, and it would do it.
A solar panel. I like that. That's good.
Well, you need power it somehow.
Yeah, it was just a D battery, man. So yeah,
Plus that or a battery pack.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, this would be a phenomenal match. And yeah, like you said, they could easily play this into Hangman's story of getting back to drinking. Let's hit.
Well, then from there, then being title contender.
Yeah, and solar powered hydraulic cup.
Just a little pump. Just need a little pump.
Little pump right there.
That large.
Yeah. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Number 3.
Well, who wins?
Jay White, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, Jay White.
Oh, yeah. It's pivotal.
It's his era after also.
He's the catalyst. He
Yeah.
can't lose because he created everything. If he loses, it'll all fall. It's like Thanos. All falls apart. I know, exactly. I'm the catalyst. Number 3.
3.
Thunder Rosa versus Kairi Sane. This would be awesome for obvious reasons. Thunder Rosa currently the AEW World Women's Champion. Kairi, is she a champion?
Continue.
While Larson looks up that stuff because we don't keep up with Stardom like we should. Yeah, this would be, of course, this would be awesome. Stardom owned by Bushiroad, who owns New Japan. So you send Kairi Sane over. She's already wildly popular here in the United States thanks to her run with the Dabbed E. And then you get Thunder Rosa. She's wildly popular thanks to her run in AEW. You get them in the ring together, and yeah, man, Thunder Rosa ducks an insane elbow and then hits her with the Thunder Driver, whatever that thing's called.
Fire Thunder Driver. I can confirm that as of June 18th, according to Wikipedia, Kairi holds no titles in Stardom.
She doesn't need to. She's amazing. So that's why Thunder Rosa gets the win here with the Fire Thunder Driver.
Agreed. Yeah. Thunder Rosa would go over again. Everybody who's a champion is defending their championship. All except for one case, none of them are going to lose.
Yeah. It'd be, it's going to really throw our predictions for a loop if, like, early on, like, Orange Cassidy becomes the new IWGP US title. It's like, I know. Oh my God! What does that mean for everything else? This would be wildly
unpredictable at this point. I know. Is Hangman going to be new IWGP champ?
I know, right? Yeah.
Will Tanahashi be interim AEW champ?
I know.
They really should just throw a curveball at us in like the very first match. Because on paper, a lot of them seem really predictable.
I know. Everything kind of lines up. I mean, maybe like. Even, I mean, not to stray here and get into predictions, but like, because if you're watching this afterwards, you guys know the answers to these questions. But like the All Atlanta, like today I was driving and I was second guessing everything. I was like,
oh, wow.
I know Miro's going to get that title, but what if he has to get it off of one-on-one with Malachi?
There's definitely a case to be made that Malachi is going to walk out of that.
I know.
That match with the belt. And then, because for Miro, so much of his story is the chase.
But it's like, it's been forever, and so I'm like, nah, they're just gonna give it. But then at the same time, you've also got like the comparable title, Wardlow with the TNT title. He's about to get it and not let it go for a while. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm still pretty much gonna go with all the picks that I figured they're gonna be. But if early on they throw us a curveball,
yeah, who knows? Second guessing yourself.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can swoop in and retain Big Red.
Hey, man, that's always a possibility. Let's talk number 2. I love this winner-take-all FTR, Young Bucks, and the United Empire team of Jeff Cobb and my favorite wrestler of all time, Great O'Khan. So, of course, you'd have the Ring of Honor titles up for grabs. Also, would they be putting up the mega AAA tag titles?
No, obviously not.
I don't think they can do
political
that.
Stuff.
Yeah.
It's political stuff.
That's too much political stuff for that.
Yeah.
So FTR putting their Ring of Honor titles up. The Young Bucks putting their AEW tag titles up. And Cobb and O'Khan putting up their IWGP tag titles up. Oh, my goodness gracious. This would be an absolutely phenomenal match, a killer match, and it would accomplish long-term what's going to happen anyways. FTR is going to have 8 belts between the two of them, man. That shit's gonna happen.
It is gonna happen, and the fact that, well, I mean, the fact that the Young Bucks aren't in the match that we have booked here at Forbidden Door, actually just prolongs the inevitable, because FTR is going to win at Forbidden Door. They're going to be the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Champs. And then, I don't know, at what's the next one? All Out? Maybe they'll beat the Young Bucks for the titles.
Man, they're going to do some goofy interim show. Some like a themed episode of Dynamite in late July.
I think there's one in August that's booked.
Okay, it's going to be at that then. Maybe. Well, maybe it might be at All Out. For that kind of gold, like if they put up their Ring of Honor titles against the AEW titles, that's an All Out match.
Oh, yeah. if they do all the belts, AEW, IWGP, Ring of Honor, and AAA titles all on the line, if they want a tag match to main event a pay-per-view, that's the one to do it. I'm not saying it will, but I'm saying if you have four sets of tag titles on the line, with literally the tagline, who's the world's greatest tag team? And now you have the belts to prove it if you win the match.
It's going to depend on just how interim they consider that world. If Punk's not back by All Out, then maybe the fact that it's the interim title wouldn't necessitate it being the main event. Because Tony Khan seems really firm on always keeping that world title the main event. But if it's the interim title and he's got like an opponent like Jake Hager or something, which I'm joking, that's not going to happen. But that did happen in the past when he was actual world champion. Yeah. They had that brutal fucking 30-minute long board fest.
That was laborious, man.
Really. In an empty arena at that, too. Oh, it looked like, it was like, I remember it was like filmed like during the day, and it just felt like they were doing practices.
I know. It felt like they were shooting the rehearsal. Yeah.
They were just running through the match. Anyways, this would be a phenomenal bout. Of course, FTR, they are making the case. I know YANO 4 is up there, but FTR is making the case for Wrestling Act of the Year. And if they achieve this, have their own version of the of Ultimo Dragon with all the titles, it's basically theirs. Although I think it was Dax today posted a Photoshop that somebody did of them with all the titles, and I'm like, don't be doing that. Don't be posting pictures like that, man. Yeah.
You know, someone else that I think, again, getting ahead of herself, this is 6 months too soon. Another person I think that kind of really quietly is having a rest of the year quality year. Speedball Mike Bailey.
Oh, he is having a really great year.
Every match he's in is great.
Yeah.
Every match.
I'm trying to, it's going to be really difficult this year to determine who's going to get the breakout, It's like Takeshita also is like everywhere these days. Speedball's definitely way up there, though. Every match he does is phenomenal.
Yeah. He's had a hell of a year. FTR wins this. They get all the titles. It's going to happen at some point this year, so let's do it at Forbidden Door.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get to our number one match.
Number one.
Kazuchika Okada Rainmaker versus CM Punk. Now, I know they were going to go with Punk versus Tanahashi. Man, you got and maybe what you said yesterday during a review might have been right in that maybe Okada was never scheduled to be here.
Well, that might be the case, but I also wonder too that in both Punk versus Tanahashi and Mox versus Tanahashi can eat a loss.
Yeah, sure.
He's a legend.
Yeah,
he's still the ace. He can eat a loss in a title bout and doesn't need protecting. I wonder in Okada's case, they just don't want Okada to lose.
No, it could be.
Get pinned, at one of these shows. Yeah. So, that might be why they didn't do Okada versus Punk.
That could be, yeah. In any event, that's the match we want to see. I know CM Punk has said he wants to see it as well. Everybody wants to see this match. Hopefully at some point we still get this match, maybe in the December show that we just decided to make up ourselves.
Yeah, the Christmas show, yeah.
The Christmas show on December 28th, which is a Wednesday on Christmas Day, yes.
There we go. From Kurikan Hall, AEW, New Japan Forbidden Door 2.
Yeah, there needs to be some sort of Christmas-themed tagline to it, A December to dismember.
Oh gosh, not that. That brings back bad memories for people, Steve.
I know, right? Oh yeah. So no, this would be a great match, but Kazuchika Okada would go to sleep, and then at the end of the match, perhaps Kenta would come out and confront CM Punk, and he'd be like, "I don't want this match. You're like
Yeah,
12th.
I know Punk would probably say that. Yeah.
You're like 12th on my list of guys that I'd want to fight in this company.
So I'm going to disagree with you on the outcome. I'm not going to suggest Okada wins. I'm saying 60-minute time limit draw.
Oh, wow.
In a battle to see who is, in fact, the best in the world, we get a tie.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That way, we get a great match.
Boo.
Punk gets his match. Okada gets his match.
Garbage in the ring.
No, wait, man. If the match
need
is
a
stellar,
winner.
it will be. No. This match will be stellar. People are there for process, not results.
Man,
time limit draw.
Nah, listen. CM Punk wins this one. They run it back in Kirk Hall in our December made-up show. Okada gets that one there. So it's 50-50.
Well, Punk would
right
have
there.
to not be champion.
He was not going to be champion by December. He's not even champion
You
now.
don't know that.
Yeah, no, he dropped
Well, actually,
it
he
at
is still he technically still is champion.
He dropped it at Revolution. Yeah, he dropped it right before.
Full gear.
Revolution's in February or March.
Yeah.
Yeah, he dropped it at Full Gear. Yeah. Boom. Done.
Time limit draw.
What do you want? See, I don't know. I want to watch. CM Punk cannot wrestle for 60 minutes straight, dude. That's what got him in this place in the first place. That dude should not. CM Punk should never been wrestling on Rampage in the first place. Tony Khan paid this guy probably $3 million, and he's like 40 some odd years old, and he thinks that I'm going to put you on the show that gets like comparable numbers to our YouTube show. That's a good idea.
Well, I guess in an effort to get the numbers up for Rampage, hey, it's worth a try.
He's trying to get that return on investment, man. Nah, you got to use Punk sparingly. He's owed. He won't wrestle for a month and a half. 30s.
He won't wrestle for a month and a half before this match, and bang, time limit draw, 1 hour. Hey man, Okada and Kenny did it, and everybody hailed it as the greatest match of all time. So,
yeah, man, because Kenny Omega was young and spry and not riddled with injuries like Phil. What's the dizzy injury that he? What the dizziness?
Oh, vertigo.
Vertigo. God.
Actually, I think at the time limit draw, that was one Kenny might have had vertigo.
I know it was. Yeah, it was. Oh, that's rough. Anyways, so that's gonna do it. Let us know what matches you would have liked to.
Do you want to talk about some of the ones that we considered but ultimately left off? We got a handful here.
Yeah.
Of course, a match here between a couple old veterans.
Owed men.
Chris Jericho versus Minoru Suzuki. They're tag teaming at Forbidden Door. We want to see them fight.
Yeah, that'd be a blast. That'd be fun. That really should have been on Jericho's list when he showed up in New Japan. Mm-hmm. We also have Eddie Kingston versus Ishii. This could be wildly fun, and Kingston doesn't let go past 10 minutes, so it'd be just a really quick, brutal, physical matchup here. I think Jericho wins that first one. Ishii with a stalling brain buster gets this one, perhaps. Ooh, yeah, man.
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe. We got MJF versus Kenta.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, MJF loves shit talk. Kenta, he's not about that business. Kenta does shit talk quite a bit.
Yeah, he does.
And he's kind of great at shit talking.
Yes,
but I feel like his no nonsense version of shit talking would be hilarious matched up against MJF's version of shit talking.
Yeah, that'd be good. Good. Then we got two. Unless we make this triple threat. We got two potential matches for Shingo Takagi, either Keith Lee, which would be great, or Samoa Joe versus Shingo.
I like the Samoa Joe one just because he's already legend status. You got to get these dream matches in while these guys still have two legs. I think that'd be awesome. Keith Lee would be great, but, that can wait down the line.
All right.
Have Keith Lee versus, I don't know, a Young Lion or something.
Have Keith Lee and Swerve against Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa.
The android, Alex Coughlin versus Keith Lee.
Yeah, the android, yeah.
He's got to dismantle him and say, I am an iPhone man. Yeah, anyways. Let us know what dream matches you want to see in the comments below. Be sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button and the notify bell next to it. If you're listening to us in the audio realm, do us a huge favor. Leave us a rating, review, and a comment.
Yes, please.
It really helps going in raw. Hopefully, if you're watching this before Forbidden Door, we will see you on the Twitch, twitch.tv/Stephen Larson during the show. Otherwise, if you've already watched it, and hopefully you did watch that with us, and we all had a blast.
Yes, we did.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Stone Cold Steve Austin impersonator Phil McDonald, here to tell you to go support Going In Raw and Friendo Club at patreon.com/Stephen Larson. They got bonus episodes, ad-free audio, a weekly newsletter rounding up the week in wrestling news, and a bunch more. Patreon.com/Steven Larson. Go support or get hit with a stunner.